How's it going, tiny little hot dog cuties? Ben here, and today I want to talk about how YouTube can gain back the trust of the community and show the advertisers who's boss. Because to be to be honest, YouTube Rewind 2018 was a hot mess. You guys have seen tons of coverage on how much of a hot mess it has been. I mean, H3H3 covered it. PewDiePie covered it. I think Philip DeFranco covered it. A lot of the big name YouTubers have covered it. And I think even Casey Neistat released a video kind of like making a case for it. Even MKBHD. There's just a lot of famous YouTubers that have been commenting on the backlash that Rewind 2018 has gotten. And my video is not supposed to jump on that train. I don't want to make another redundant video about it. But something that I did see, especially among people like Casey Neistat and Philip DeFranco and PewDiePie even, they kept on talking about how Rewind is used to basically win over advertisers, to get big advertisers to come into the platform, invest millions of dollars on its creators, and they want to show a good image. And that actually ends up having a detriment to YouTube as a whole and the reaction that the community has towards YouTube, because it's not what the community wants. It's what these advertisers want. And that's what I want to focus on. And it's not those other videos that the other big YouTubers are doing, because I just feel like that's way too redundant. My words have been really bad today. Sorry guys, I've only slept like 2 hours in the last 24 hours because of the fact that I'm in final season. This is the only break that I'm getting, and I was thinking, what better way to use my break than make a YouTube video for you guys? So yes, I am making a philanthropic effort. I'm just kidding. My hair is greasy too, because I probably need a shower. Yeah, I think I need a shower as well. Medical school is rough, guys. It's rough. Anyways, off of that rant, I've been watching YouTube ever since I was probably in middle school. So I was around in the early years of YouTube when there was Ryan Higa. He started releasing his how to be emo, how to be gangster videos. I was around there. I started watching Phil when he still went by SXE Phil, Philip DeFranco, when I mean Phil, when he still went by that. And like, I wasn't one of those kids who didn't discover these older creators now that they're a lot more famous. Like, I know that Philip DeFranco right now is getting lots and lots of popularity among people that should have actually started seeing him years ago when they were younger. But I was just really involved in YouTube. I had a couple of YouTube channels in middle school and high school. I ended up getting rid of them because they're super cringe, and I'm starting all over again now that I'm older, wiser. Probably not as wise, but a little bit wiser to not make really stupid Logan Paul mistakes, even though he's the same age as me. But I've been watching, contributing to YouTube for many years, and it's like H3H3 on their video they mention it, but back when YouTube Rewind first started, it had a lot of positive responses, and the reason why is because it really embraced the community. It embraced the mainstream parts, and it even embraced the memes that were created during the time. At that time, I don't think the word memes was even viral, but a lot of the viral things, YouTube would embrace it, even though it's cringy, even though it may not be traditionally advertiser friendly. And that was the beauty of it. It was a community that was supported by the hosting community. So YouTube would be the hosting community, and we're the community. And it would be just this really awesome makeout session between the two. And I also think it has a lot to do with that there's a disconnect between people in the corporate side of YouTube and the people actually viewing YouTube videos. I feel like the people that are viewing YouTube videos want a certain thing. We want to feel like a community. We want to hold our creators up, and we want to support them even with their mistakes, even with how cringe things are. We want to have a super weird community full of losers, gamers, nerds. But we love being that, and we love showcasing that. And I don't mean losers in a bad sense, it's losers in a good sense. I mean, like, who wants to be normal? YouTube is a community full of eccentric, flamboyant, queer, hetero. It's an amalgamation, and you guys see it in the comments section. There's just so much diversity that sometimes it can be a little toxic. But overall, I think it's beautiful. I think it's a beautiful thing. Yes, it does get toxic a lot of the time, but it's a beautiful thing, and people actually collectively just want to be entertained. They want things that are raw. They want things that are maybe a little raunchy. Maybe that goes to a line but doesn't cross that line. They want something that's authentic. That's how being human is like. We make mistakes. We get to that line, but some people even cross that line, but we apologize, but we forgive. We want to be better people, but we also want to have fun. We also want to be daring. Not Logan Paul Forrest daring, but more like you having a really eclectic sense of humor and things like that. And people love that. I mean, look at PewDiePie. That's one of the ways he got so big, is because he was filming himself in the beginning playing very scary video games, and we just loved reacting to his reactions. And isn't that weird, guys? When have we ever done something like that on TV while watching television? We've never done something like that unless we're watching something like Fear Factor or something. And unfortunately, the people who are leading YouTube tend to be older generations that are completely involved in the business process, but they don't know what it's like to be a consumer. They're so busy racking their minds around how much money can we make, how much profit can we make, how much of a less damage can we make in our website so that we can bring in as much money as possible. But they need to talk. I think they need to talk to creators, they need to talk to the community, they need to be willing to listen, because for the longest time people spew all their criticisms at them and they don't react to it, and they keep creators in the dark, they keep the community in the dark. And there's such a huge disconnect, because I don't think most of the higher ups on YouTube are actually thinking about, what is the community feeling right now? They're thinking about, what is the advertiser feeling right now? How can we make the advertisers like us more? What creators can we promote so that it looks good to us, so that advertisers see us as a good platform to advertise in? But that's not what it should be. And I think YouTube is so scared. I think the reason why they're having this mentality in the first place is because they're so scared of losing these valuable advertisers. I'm not going to name any names, but during the apocalypse, a lot of these valuable advertisers pulled out, and after a while, some of them came back in. But they're so scared of like losing these advertisers, but they have no reason to be scared. And that's my biggest problem, guys. I think if YouTube really wanted it, they could be on those business meetings and be like, you know what, I see that you're not okay with this content. I mean, let's use, I don't know, PewDiePie or queer content, because he tends to get dinged a lot. Philip DeFranco gets dinged a lot too, and queer YouTubers also get dinged. And YouTube can be like, I see that you guys think that these creators are not advertiser friendly, but we just don't care. We're going to keep them on our platform because that's what makes our platform diverse and beautiful, and have tons of different people with different ideologies seeing the videos that they like, the videos that they don't like, and to engage in a conversation. And YouTube just can say that, and the advertiser, I'm 99% sure they're gonna threaten them, oh, we're gonna pull out. And they will probably pull out, but you know what? Billions upon billions of people watch YouTube every day. That's just a fact. There are millions of young, impressionable adults, children, youth that watch YouTube constantly. Constantly. That is their biggest form of media. How many people do you know? People who are under 25 years old. How many people do you know still has cable TV? Most of us consume our content through either Netflix or through YouTube. So even if these advertisers, pull up their chests and they're like, oh, we're not going to advertise on your platform anymore, and then they pull out, I can guarantee you if YouTube takes an L for a couple of months or maybe up to a year or 2 years, those advertisers they're gonna come back. They're gonna be like, oh my God, there's such a huge base there, and they're just gonna have to roll with it. They can't demand things out of YouTube anymore. What needs to happen is that right now these advertisers have this reign. They have this reign on YouTube, and they're holding it like a vice grip, and they're keeping YouTube from the creators, from celebrating the creators and the community. And they're like, you are our slave now, essentially. And what YouTube needs to do is stand up for themselves and be like, no, you advertise here or you don't. Get lost. I mean, they don't have to be that rough. I mean, I'm just a little heated about this topic because I see this community that's not being supported, and sometimes it just makes me mad. And eventually those advertisers are going to notice that they're losing out on a huge consumer base because they've decided to pull out, and they'll come back and they won't have any complaints. I can guarantee you that. It's just that YouTube will need to take a couple of L's. Unfortunately, the possibility of it happening, I don't see it, guys. I don't know. Do you guys see it? I don't see that possibility. But I feel like that's the only way we can get YouTube Rewind back. We can get YouTube to support us again. Is that YouTube just, instead of having that vice grip from the advertisers, instead of having that grip from the advertisers, YouTube needs to take its other hand and become free and tell the advertisers that, no, we are our own independent organization, and if you want to advertise here, you're going to have to come by our terms. That's basically it. I think that's the solution, guys. But I think YouTube is just way too scared about losing a ton of money. I mean, it's become such a huge platform right now, especially with their YouTube Premium, YouTube TV, and everything like that. I think that might cause a lot of problems for them. But I feel like if they did this beforehand, I feel like if they did this during Adpocalypse, I don't think we would have that problem anymore. I don't think YouTube Rewind 2018 will be the most disliked video on the planet, on the platform. I mean, it's gotten too complicated now for it to make easy changes. But I feel like that's what they should have done. And it makes me really sad because I'm a small creator. I don't know the fate of my channel. I don't know what it will be in a couple of months, in a couple of years. But I really do feel for the creators that are established now, that have been around for years. And the new ones like David Dobrik and Liza Koshy and Jeffree Star even. I just feel really bad for them. And I think they need to be supported. And I think the community also needs acknowledgement and to be supported. And I'm a community member, but I'm also a creator. And I love you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Tell me what you think. Tell me your opinions. Of course, everything that I've said in this video, I don't have any statistical, analytical, or business background. This is my personal opinion. So that doesn't mean that what I'm saying is right. It's just a personal feeling, and I feel like it would work. And yeah, I'm just a broke medical student. What do I know about business? But it just makes sense to me. Love you guys. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Links are down below to my social media profiles. If you like this video, subscribe. I ramble a lot, just letting you know. I think you've already got the picture in this video. But yeah, see you next time. This has been much love to you guys. Much love.